Hi, and this is May wrap up. I've seen loads of people doing May wrap ups and TBR piles and stuff. Unfortunately, I won't be doing any TBR piles because I don't set which books I'm going to read. I just grab them and read them. And if I ever set them, I know I wouldn't follow the path of what I wanted. I would go astray and stuff. Because if I was going to do a TBR, it would be from those books that I've recently bought in the last 2 hauls I've did. And I know something's going to go wrong. I'm going to end up reading something else, like The Fifth Wave instead of Don't Look Back or something weird like that. So I'm not going to do TBR, but I'm definitely going to do my May wrap up, which is basically me telling you which books I've read, how I liked them. It's just basically like little short reviews for each book, and basically I'm going to recommend them all to you. I've read 11 books, which is a lot, I guess, but this month I've managed 11, but the months before I haven't read as much, so this is the month which I've read loads, and it's probably going to be the most I'll ever read in a month. Apart from in the summer, you never know, I may read more. Today I went into town, and I went to the library, and I got 3 graphic novels. I'm not going to mention them on here. I'm going to do a blog post on that, so tomorrow or something, check out my blog, which is basically books 1994 at .blogspot.com, and the link will be down below on the thing. So the 11 books that I read, I'm going to go in order of which I read first to the one I read last in May. So basically, it all started off with I Tell You I Love You, But Then I Have to Kill You, which is from Ali Carter, and it's the first in the series. I rated it 4 out of 5, and I'm not going to talk anything about it because I have a full review on that. So please check that out. I'll put a link somewhere on this screen. I do not know where, so if I don't put a link on the screen, it will be in the description. The second one I read in May is Frostbite, which is the Vampire Academy 2, which is from Richelle Mead. I read that 4 out of 5. Oops, nearly fell. Because I felt it was a slow start, but then after I got into it, I really enjoyed it. I really, really loved it. And the one before, I think I rated 4 out of 5 as well, so they both had slow kind of starts, but got really good by the middle to the end. I'm out of breath. I didn't know talking would make you so out of breath. The third book I read in May is Shadow Kiss, which is the third in the Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead, which I rated 5 out of 5. It was the best. It was amazing from start to finish. She definitely improved from the third book, and everyone told me that from the third onwards it will be better. So I trusted them, and they were totally right. I'm so glad I continued reading this. Okay, the fourth in the reads of May is Talented, which is the first in the Talented saga. Even though at the moment I think there's only 3 out, and 1 kind of novella, which is the 3.5 book. And this is from Sophie Davis, and it is 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm not going to talk about it because, as the one at the beginning, I have a full review, so please check it out, link on the screen or in the description below. The 5th book I read in May is Ignite, which is the Midnight Fires book 1, which is from Kaitlyn Davies. What is Davies? Okay then. This book was good, and I rated it 5 out of 5. This is good so far. This was really interesting, and I'm really tempted to download the second one because it's under £1, and who wouldn't get a book which is under £1? Me! So I'm tempted to get it. It's on my wish list, so maybe I might wait till it drops a bit lower, maybe when it's 0. So we'll see about that. It was really good. I recommend you buy it, especially if it's still free on in the Amazon Kindle. The 6th book that I read is Eternal Vows, which is the Ruby Ring book 1 series, and this is by Chrissy Peebles. And I rated 4 out of 5 because I felt something was missing. I do not know what, but I felt there was something which could have been there to make a 5 out of 5 but wasn't. I don't know if anyone else has that feeling when they like love the book, but they realise that there's something that they really wanted, but they just can't get their hands on what they wanted. That's what I felt like on this. So that's why it was 4 out of 5 and not 5. I might have been harsh there, but oops, pardon me. I've seen other people do worse, so there you go. The 7th book that I read was Sever, which is the Chemical Gardens book 3, which is the last in the trilogy. This is from Lauren DeStefano. I rated this 4 out of 5. I think the other two I rated 5 out of 5, I'm not sure. The reason why the last book got 4 out of 5 was just like the one before, I felt something was missing. Yes, the book ended and it was a complete ending and there was no cliffhangers or nothing, but I just felt like either something went wrong or something was missing, and I still have not got my head wrapped around what it could be. But still, with the 4 out of 5, it's still an amazing rating, and I recommend you all reading this trilogy if you haven't already. And if you only read book 1 or just read book 1 and 2, please get your hands on the rest because it's worth the money and it's worth the read. Just telling you. The 8th book that I read this month was Glass Houses, which is the Morganville Vampires book 1, and this is from Richelle Mead. I'm not quite sure how you say these things. And I rated that 5 out of 5. People were talking about it. I mentioned this in the book haul. People were raving about it, but I felt because everyone was raving about it, I might not like it. So I was thinking, should I or should I not? But there was a deal in the works, and I got the first 2 books. This book was absolutely amazing. It was a slow start, but even though most books, when there's a slow start, I knock off a star. No, it wasn't, because it made up for it with everything else that happened. The fact that we didn't know what was going on as well, apart from, I always felt like, I don't know, that I knew more than the character, but I seriously did not. I'm sorry, but I didn't. But it was an amazing book, and I'm so glad I got it, and I recommend at least the first 2 books, which you'll realise why. The 9th book that I read was Blood Promise, which is the Vampire Academy book 4, and I rated this 5 out of 5 once again. It is good now. It's really, really good. It's getting really interesting. The storyline is improving. The main character's getting stronger and independent, and just the characters overall, and it's just getting really good. And please, if you haven't read the Vampire Academy series yet, please get onto it, because now I am currently reading book 5 and it's still good, so please read it. The 10th book that I read is The Dead Girls Dance, which is the second in the Morganville Vampires, which is why I mentioned about getting the rest of the series, and that's 5 out of 5 stars. Pardon me. And oh my god, I was looking around town today for the 3rd book and I can't find it anywhere for cheap. So I might have to spend my money or buy it on Kindle or something, because I really want to read the rest of the series. And yes, I know there's 14 books out and there's going to be a 15th book out soon, but it is worth it. So I wish I had all the money in the world to get the whole series at once. Soon, when the series is complete, there'll be box sets like book 1 to 4. Actually, isn't that already? I'm not quite sure anymore. The last book that I read this month, May, is Caged, which is the second in the Talented saga from Sophie Davis, and oh my god, I saw this for free. I put it on my wish list because it was £1 something, and I put it on my wish list waiting for the price drop, and the 2 days after I put it on my wish list, free. No pounds, nothing. I downloaded it straight away and I started reading it straight away, and I was not at all upset about my decision with getting it, because it was amazing. It was better than the first one. So if I could rate it 6 out of 5, I would, but you can't. It was an amazing story, and I'm so glad that it didn't continue from the last book, but it was only like a month or so missing, because I don't know why. I like it, but then I don't, which is a bit different, because the Morganville Vampires book 1 to book 2, it continues straight on. And I mean completely straight on. So yeah, I recommend all these books, since I only rated them 4 and 5 out of 5 stars. sorry about that. It was an ambulance, so someone's got hurt. Oops. Basically, thank you for watching this long video, and if you've got any books to recommend for me and stuff, just tell me in the comments below. Like, subscribe to my amazing channel, and I hope to get more videos up in the future, like more reviews. Woo! So yeah, if you want a review on any of these I've listed, which I haven't did already, yes, I had the list on my Kindle, please tell me, and I will try and do a full review of them, such as the Morganville vampires. But before you all start recommending Vampire Academy, I am going to do a whole series review for that, so pardon me again. Once I finish the whole 6 books, I will review the whole series. So, woo! So yeah, that's my May wrap up, and I can't wait till June, which is tomorrow. So that's fun. See you all, and I hope you have a great life, and I hope to see you again. So, bye bye.